Episode 7 of The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power Season 2 hits all the right notes, making it an incredibly memorable TV show. It embraces to the fullest the grand, epic combat that aficionados hope to witness in Middle-earth. The Battle of Eregion has a stunning appearance, but it also has a lot of heart and is backed by excellent acting from several actors. Rings of Power's potential is realized in Episode 7, demonstrating the show's worthiness. Celebrimbor is left imprisoned by Anatar's manipulations as Adar leaves Eregion, and the future of Eregion is in jeopardy. The fight that epitomizes the essence of the beloved Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings movie is fierce and visually stunning, with Elrond and Gil-galad leading the charge to save the city. Episode 7 of Rings of Power, Season 2, leaves nothing unsaid. Hugo Weaving's portrayal of Elrond from the Jackson trilogy was a difficult standard to follow when the Rings of Power first came out. Besides, Elrond in the TV series was very different. He was more political and had not yet established himself as the elves' real king. All of it is altered in Season 2, Episode 7. Eregion delivers a tremendous performance that blows away any preconceived ideas about Elrond. When Elrond faces Adar, he is electrifying in the armor of an elven general. Eregion has a strong, menacing on-screen presence as he tries to manipulate Elrond. He dominates every scene he appears in. Elrond fights all night in front of Eregion's walls, but his labor isn't only about power and brutality. It's clear that he has compassion for every elves under his charge. Eregion portrays a terrible and moving depiction of misery as one after another is destroyed by the armies of Adar. The breathtaking images in the Rings of Power perfectly match Eregion's work. The elves are bathed in white light and centered between two trees, much like the trees of Valinor, but Adar and his orcs are enveloped in darkness as Elrond and the riders of Lindon rush at Adar in a traditional cavalry charge. It is akin to Helm's Deep or Pelennor Fields in that the sun is used to illuminate the armies of good. Afterwards, it appears that Rings of Power is among the first contemporary series to recall the correct way to light a scene during the night. In contrast to Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon, the battle for Eregion occurs nearly exclusively at night, and viewers are able to observe what is happening. The ferocious sight of a troll destroying everything around him, together with the battlefield's fires and the fight's chaotic style, heighten the tension even more. These battle scenes more than live up to the great hopes of the audience. Even during intense combat, Celebrimbor's story remains relevant thanks to the Rings of Power. Although it would be simple to interpret the change to Celebrimbor as a slowing in an episode that generally moves quickly, this isn't the case. The Elven Smith is compellingly written by Charles Edwards, and witnessing Celebrimbor's struggle within his head adds to the drama surrounding the city's devastation. Celebrimbor was the adored Lord of Eregion, but according to his people, he died and abandoned them. As it happens, he is suffering from the same pain as they are, and he is struggling to survive just as much. Celebrimbor is the heart and soul of Season 2, as demonstrated by Edward's portrayal of these intensely intimate encounters. In actuality, Celebrimbor would sacrifice all for his community and his people, and Edward's portrayal of that in Episode 7 perfectly captures that. The misery of Celebrimbor is countered by Anatar's terrible deeds. Celebrimbor isn't the only person Anatar has victimized during the season, as he has concealed his inner darkness as a servant of light. Anatar is manipulating the entire region by making them believe that Celebrimbor doesn't give a damn about them or the city. Charlie Vickers portrays Anatar as a kind and compassionate worker who looks out for the people, but in reality he enjoys seeing them fail. Vickers' portrayal of Episode 7, as though Anatar is a real hero, is the most noteworthy aspect of his performance. Though there are ominous overtones, Anatar seems to believe that everything he has done and will do would only improve Middle-earth. Sauron is a victim and a villain in equal measure, and he wouldn't be able to convey this dual nature without the Vicar's deft handling of the situation. Not only are the elves emphasized, but Durin and the dwarves of Khazad-dûm also receive some screen time. Owain Arthur's speech in the role of Durin IV is the high point of these passages. King Durin III, distracted by the ring and the pursuit of gold in the mountain, is unable to summon his armies even as Durin gets ready to support Elrond on the battlefield. Standing in his father's royal room, Durin rallies Khazad-dûm's populace to his cause. The figure makes a sincere, emotional, and motivational plea to the inhabitants of Khazad-dûm. The dwarves answer their future king's summons to battle with a language that seems like it was written by Tolkien himself, and Arthur's portrayal will chill the audience. Fans of Rings of Power Season 2, Episode 7 will be thrilled, and it will leave them wanting more as it crafts a real Middle-earth experience. The episode demonstrates Rings of Power's ability to hold its own among the many interpretations of The Lord of the Rings. With two of the best performances of the entire series from Robert Aramayo and Charles Edwards, the Battle of Eregion is an incredible sight to behold. This episode of The Rings of Power creates a fresh sense of enthusiasm for the finale, which is just one episode away. Even though the entire season has had its ups and downs, Episode 7 is what it's all been building towards and provides a clear direction for the remainder of the season as well as the future of the TV show. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.